Well, this is the all new Toyota Urban Cruiser. It's a long name, but essentially this car is the same car as the Maruti Suzuki Fronx. The Fronx has been around now for almost 3 years, and this car has also been around for a little more than a year. Now, the big changes on the outside are only on the front end because the alloy wheel design is pretty similar again to the Suzuki. But the front end, I think, looks a little more dominating, a little more aggressive, and a little more attractive than the Fronx. Or maybe it's just that the Fronx has been around in the market for so long that you've got used to seeing it. This one has that chrome strip running all across the grille, those sleek indicator lamps on the top and the lower part, of course, with those 3 headlamp units. So it's a mix and match in terms of the design, but I prefer the looks of the Toyota Taisor. Which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the Suzuki Fronx or this one? You can let me know in the comments below. Now, this is the automatic turbo version of the car. So if you're interested to know about the Fronx automatic turbo or the Taisor automatic turbo, then stay tuned for the next 10 or 12 minutes. Thanks guys for watching. So now I'm inside the cabin of the Maruti Suzuki Fronx. No, it's not the Fronx, it's the Suzuki. It's not the Suzuki, it's the Toyota Urban Cruiser Taisor. I was just figuring out if you're paying attention or not. Now, when you enter the cabin, you'll have to pinch yourself because it's exactly the same. You might, think you've entered the Fronx, but you've not. You've entered the Taisor. The only difference is that the logo over here is the Toyota badge. The S logo of the Suzuki branding is missing over here. But apart from that, everything is the same. So you get the same dials, you get the same information display, which gives you range. It gives you how much torque and power you're using, what kind of braking effort you're using, what kind of fuel efficiency you're getting. You also get a heads-up display over here, which you also get on that car. You also get automatic lamps, cruise control, traction control, as well as a bird's eye 360-degree camera. You also get a 9.5-inch touchscreen over here. Same to use. Again, the UI is the same. Apple CarPlay and Auto can be used wirelessly. You can get the range, the economy, and lots of other functions on this. Climate control even on the base version, but sadly no sunroof is available even on this car, just like the Fronx. You do get a decent sized glove box, and the doorbells are also decent in terms of placing your bottles over there. Overall, the quality levels are quite good, and I think it's at par with the i20, which is really the benchmark in this segment for sheer quality. The seats, though, are very good in terms of comfort. You get side bolsters over here as well, and overall it's a very nice and pleasant place to be. Yes, some features are missing, like a sunroof, and maybe some fancy features like ambient lighting and stuff like that is missing, but you do get all the basics. And of course, if you choose the automatic like I'm driving today, you also get paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. Anyways, I'll give it a good score of 8.5 out of 10 for the ambience, the quality, as well as the features. Now, time for me to jump in the back seat and show you how good the rear end of this car really is. Well, I'm sure by now all of you are aware that Woodmore are the online expert when it comes to spare parts, and the best point is that they have the spare parts for all vehicles available in India. So even if your car is out of production now, maybe you have a large generation model, even then they have the spare part available. They have the entire catalog, and the best point is that they have the same spare part from a host of different component makers, which gives you great flexibility in the pricing overall. So check them out today. Check out the app. It's available both for iOS as well as Android devices. Well, so I'm in the backseat of the Toyota Urban Cruiser Taisor. It's a long name, I know, but so is the car in terms of qualities. Now, space in the backseat is quite good. The room is quite good. Headroom is quite good for someone who's my height, which reference is 5'10". So you get plenty of place. The front seats have been raised up. There are a few downsides though. The first one is that the windows don't go all the way down. They should have gone all the way down. So that's something which you also get on the Fronx. The other downside is that you don't get an armrest over here, which is something you get even on the Extra and the Punch, which are both its main rivals in terms of the segment that this car is in. So that's all something that Toyota and Maruti should fix. But on the positive, you get 3 headrest restraints, which are a very important feature when it comes to safety, because we're sitting in the middle. In case, God forbid, somebody hits you from the back, the head goes at the back and it can cause serious injury if there's no head restraint. So it's a good thing that they've added this on this car. And you also get AC vents, USB old school and USB type C. There's a bit of a hump in the floor panel, but it's not too long, so whoever sitting in the middle can easily stretch his feet. And overall, really, it's not a car which has any negatives in terms of the space at the back. But yes, an armrest would have been really welcome, and the windows going all the way down would have been a bonus as well. But in its own right, I don't think there's any major issue which you can call a deal breaker. So I'll give this car's back seat a good score of 9. So let me quickly show you the boot of this car now, because that's also an important thing. Now the boot opening isn't over here below the badge, it's over here below the number plate. A lot of people at the mall, when you get your car in for checking, they'll search it over here, but it's over here. And once you press it, it's a light lid, it's not very heavy, so you can easily lift it over. Now it's a nice and deep and spacious boot. It's quite a good boot. It's a large boot. The only thing is that there's a bit of a sill over here. It's a huge sill actually. So you have to use your back when you have that trolley at the airport. You have to pick stuff and you have to keep it there, and again you have to do the same. So you have to use your back and you have to use your muscles quite a bit. So that's something which is good for gym goers and also good for people who don't exercise like me, because you get some exercise by this excuse of keeping luggage in this car. On the whole, it's a nice and square boot, deep boot, and easily I think it can accommodate well over two pieces of large suitcase, or maybe even three pieces of suitcase if you stack them quite well, and it can easily accommodate four medium-sized suitcases without any fuss whatsoever. So if you're planning to the hills, a long weekend trip or maybe the entire week's trip with your family, then the entire luggage will be taken care of, no issues at all. Enough of the boot now, let's get to the driving views. That's where the excitement really is. Well, so here I'm driving the Maruti Suzuki, no, it's not the Maruti Suzuki Fronx, it's the Toyota urban cruiser Taisor, and this car really is exactly like the Maruti Suzuki Fronx. So I've already kept the Fronx with me in my long-term fleet. I've kept the automatic, I've kept the 1.2, I've got the manual, I've kept the automatic, as I said before. So I've driven the car before, and it's a sense of deja vu for me when I'm driving this car. Exactly the same kind of feeling, no changes to the tuning of the suspension, no changes to the tuning of the engine, exactly the same kind of vibe, exactly the same kind of feel. What you will like about this car is the fact that the turbo engine which I'm driving today is quite a lively unit, and unlike a lot of our turbos which take a long time to spool and then have a sudden burst of power, this one seems to get lively from a lower end of the RPM. So around 1400 1500 RPM it tends to get lively, so that's something good for performance seekers, thrill seekers. And what's also nice is that the 6-speed automatic gearbox on this car is quite a nice one to use. It has paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. It's a torque converter. It's not a DCT, so it's a torque converter gearbox, tried and tested, quite good in terms of reliability. And when you use the paddle shifters here, the gears actually do change quite fast. So these are good paddle shifters. It's a good technology. It's a good and quick shifting gearbox as well. What you'll also appreciate about this car is the visibility. The only part where the visibility is poor is over here in the middle because of this protruding touchscreen, and over here. So this is a little disturbing because you do miss out on some visibility. You have to just move your head like this and see. But the bonnet line is quite good. The side view mirrors are nice and chunky, and of course you can see decently from the mirror over here at the back as well. So those things are taken care of. Ride quality, again, another big positive on the car. Surprisingly, it doesn't feel like a small car, doesn't feel like a sub 4 meter car. It feels like a proper 4.2 or 4.3 meter car in terms of ride comfort. The handling is again generally good, and the steering wheel is quite good in terms of the responsiveness. It's quite accurate as well, and just loves to give you a good and positive feedback. There's a little bit of body roll, but it's always under control because the car's suspension has been stiffened up slightly, but it's not really that bad, so it's always under control. And really, it's really a car which will make the performance seekers in you really feel very happy, because it's a fantastic car to drive and a fantastic car to be sitting in all day long in terms of the driving pleasure. So it's a very enjoyable car in that sense. What you'll also appreciate are the seats, because the seat comfort is quite good. And of course, if you want to use the gearbox in the manual setting, you can put it all the way back and use it in the manual setting, and that is also something which a lot of customers, a lot of people will truly enjoy about this car. Overall, I'm pretty happy driving this car. As I said, it gives me a sense of deja vu. You can also use a 1.2 petrol. That gives you good fuel efficiency. This one also is quite efficient. I've had this particular version with me for the last 20-30 days, and it's given me figures of around 14-15 kpl in the city with the AC on. On the highway, when I've taken it very briefly, it gave me close to about 18 with the AC on and 2 people on board. So it can give you very good fuel efficiency figures as well. There's not too much fuss about that, and it's very consistent in terms of the needle dropping. Some cars, the first half of the tank doesn't drop too quick, then suddenly the last quarter drops down very sharply. Not the case with this one. It has a very consistent form of needle going down as well from full to empty. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'll give this car a good score of 8.5 out of 10. It really has been a nice car to drive, and there aren't really any issues apart from this visibility factor over here. And really, the only issue that I think is that it's a 3-cylinder engine, so if you rev it up hard, if you take it to about 3000 RPM, 3,500, then it becomes a little loud, but below that, it is all good. Thanks for watching. Now we'll stop it and give you a summary report. Well, so what's my final verdict with the Maruti Suzuki Fronx? No. What's my final verdict with the Toyota Urban Cruiser Tracer? It's exactly the same car. So you can, alternate the verdict for both the cars, and you can say it's the same verdict for the Fronx as well. This is a great all-round package in the compact SUV segment. If you want a sophisticated, urban, as well as well-rounded car, then this is a great product for you. It doesn't matter which engine you choose. You can choose the 1.2 petrol or you can choose the 1 liter turbo. Both of them are really nice to drive. In fact, the turbo is the one to go for if you call yourself a keen driver. This car has the looks, it has the road presence, it has very nicely appointed interiors and decent features as well. And being a Toyota also means that warranties, servicing as well as reliability and after sales will be taken care of, and the resale values also will be quite high because the Toyota badge really does command the premium. It's a very well rounded package. I'll give it a strong score of 95 out of 100. It's bye for now and thanks for watching.